I am in shock. The Indiana Fever just beat the Aces.
The Las Vegas Aces, the team that was supposed to be the dynasty that never ends, just got embarrassed in front of the entire basketball world. A 27-point blowout, check. Asia Wilson getting special treatment from the refs, and it's still not being enough, check. Chelsea Gray providing absolutely nothing, while everyone claims she's better than Caitlin Clark. Big check. While Asia Wilson was out here grabbing players from over their heads and getting away with it, there was a team in Indianapolis that was about to show her exactly what real basketball looks like. The 81-54 beatdown the Indiana Fever put on the Las Vegas Aces wasn't just a loss. It was a statement, and that statement was crystal clear. No amount of favorable calls, no amount of Asia Wilson heroics, and no amount of legacy. Bias is going to save you when a team comes to play real basketball. Let's talk about what happened in that third quarter, because this is where it gets spicy. Hall, a player who's been putting in work all season long, boxes out Asia Wilson perfectly. Clean positioning, perfect fundamentals. She secures the rebound exactly like you're taught in Basketball 101. But here comes Asia Wilson from behind, grabbing Hall from over her head in what should have been a textbook over-the-back foul. Any basketball fan who's watched the game for more than 5 minutes knows what that call should have been. Over the back Indiana ball, end of story. But what did the refs do? They called a jump ball like Wilson and Hall were somehow in equal position, when one player was clearly fouled from behind while securing a clean rebound. Even the broadcasters were stunned. You could hear the confusion in their voices as they tried to process what they just witnessed. The contact was too obvious for it to be a 50-50 call, and yet somehow the Zebras found a way to turn an obvious foul into a neutral situation that benefited the player who committed the violation. If you are enjoying, please subscribe. But here's where the story gets beautiful. The Indiana Fever didn't let bad officiating stop them. They took that questionable call, absorbed it, and then proceeded to demolish the Aces in a way that made every questionable whistle completely irrelevant. Let's break down this masterpiece of destruction quarter by quarter, because what the Fever did to the Aces was nothing short of basketball poetry. In the first quarter, Indiana came out swinging. They scored the game's first 6 points and never looked back. By the time the dust settled, they were up 21-14, and it was already clear that this wasn't going to be the Aces' night. The Fever shot 52.9% from the field while holding Las Vegas to 28.6%. They dominated the paint 16-4, showing early that they were going to attack the Aces. It hurt most. Second quarter, this is where the Fever stepped on their throats. They outscored the Aces 25-10 in the quarter, shooting an absolutely ridiculous 81.8% from the field, while Las Vegas managed just 23.5%. They went perfect 6-6 from inside the paint, while the Aces could only manage 3-13. By halftime, it was 46-24, and the game was essentially over. That's a possession that could have led to another Fever bucket, further demoralizing a Las Vegas team already on the ropes. By calling a jump ball, the officials handed Las Vegas a lifeline. The Aces had a chance to win the tip and potentially swing the momentum. For a moment, it looked like the officiating was about to tilt the game in favor of the defending champs, just as they needed a break. For the Fever, this was a classic here we go again moment. Every player and coach in the building knew what they had just witnessed. Lexi Hall did everything right and still didn't get rewarded. That's the kind of miscall that can rattle a young team, especially against a marquee opponent like the Aces. For the Aces, it was a chance to breathe, down big, struggling to find offense, and suddenly the refs give you a 50-50 ball you didn't deserve. The lead ballooned back to 68-47, heading into the final quarter. Fourth quarter, pure domination. The Aces managed just 7 points in the entire quarter. 7 points. That's not basketball. That's a complete and total collapse. The final score of 81-54 doesn't even tell the full story of how thoroughly the Fever dismantled what was supposed to be a championship caliber team.